without further ado, Oded Hareven.
All right, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you all. I think I'll do this one if that's fine. Seems like more stable. All right. Oh, all right. So if I'm like walking here, all right, let's try this one. I'll move, all right? This is actually the last slide, so please, if you can bring back. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, guys. Very excited to be here with you today. Obviously, for the ones of you who have recognized from my name, I'm an Israeli. I just relocated to the US 3 months ago. Very excited to be here with you today. Relocated to New Jersey. I just came here last night. As a statement, at least for for the current circumstances that happened back in Israel, I'm happy to say that the family, friends, and employees are pretty much safe in safe area. We chose obviously to be here and not to cancel our participants here to show the resilience of obviously the Israelis as people, resilience on the business, obviously, and the economy of Israel during those very special and tough times. All right, so without further ado, I'll go forward. So Vaultless, this future of secrets management, and what is it exactly that we're talking here? So a bit about who we are, who is Akeyless. So among our customers, different variety of industries. You can see on the screen, 2 of Fortune 5. We have 10% basically. 10% of our customers are Fortune 500. We have a variety of industries and different types of sizes. Now, the thing that our customers are saying, and not just for the quotes that I've just shown, what they're saying is that we're the #1 alternative to HashiCorp Vault. So for the ones of you that know Hashi, here's your answer, and that's the bottom line of everything of what I'm about to say in terms of Akeyless. I'll tell you more about the area, but this is something that you can definitely relate to for the ones of you who know it. Obviously, we've been mentioning Gartner, etc. So now I'll speak about secrets management for the ones of you who might not know this area, and exactly what is it the problem with around that. Next slide, please. Seems like this is not working. All right, so machine-to-machine interaction. Actually, in the last few years, we've had the cloud transformation, the DevOps movement. There are a lot of automation happening. We turned out to have more machines than employees, right? We've had more employees than machines if you go back 15 years before. But now, actually, with Kubernetes, pods, containers, virtual machines, automated processes, we now have more machines that actually use secrets, right? They have those identities. And this is the transition. I'll move faster. So in terms of the different secrets, what secrets are? Those are API keys, passwords, credentials, certificates, encryption keys, all of those different objects that are made in order to basically allow the connection between machines and connections between machines and data, right? A certain automated process requires an API key in order to fetch certain source code from a certain source code repository, or a certain process, a certain application requires database credentials in order to access a certain data on a certain database, right? So basically machines communicate with those secrets, and when you combine those two together, you're getting basically the boom of secrets, or the secret sprawl that is happening today, because all of those secrets are being found on different places. Source code repositories within the applications themselves, configuration files, you'll find it within the automated processes, the automated platforms that DevOps are using in order to actually provision different workloads. This is something that has happened and become more and more severe in the last 5 to 10 years, and especially today. Now, all right. Now, those are obviously dangers around this secret sprawl, these credentials and certificates that are being found. We find all kinds of data inputs with regards to not being able to manage them. This is completely different from the problem of what we used to have, which is privileged access management. For the ones of you who recognize, it is true that credentials and privileged access is definitely related to those tools, but secrets management is actually the problem of machines. When you have all of those, lots of those machines will become more severe, and this is now the reason why you need to manage them on a central manner. What happened in the last few years, as you can see, that those secrets are being leaked again and again and again and again. There are a lot of different examples. Uber is one of the most famous of the ones that you'll see here. With Uber, actually, they did use all kind of systems in order to somehow centralize the credentials, but they were not secrets management systems, and therefore an API key was found on a certain automated process that allowed the hacker to get into the kingdom with getting access to many other secrets credentials, and from that on, the hack was pretty much obvious. So a lot of those examples in the last few years in which we've seen a rise of secrets-related, machine secrets-related hacks and breaches. So what does it mean to run a secrets management? How does it work? So what you see here in front of you, I'll do it here. But if this is the secrets management system, it is in charge of basically storing the credentials, signing the certificates, managing all kind of API credentials, and then when needed, using APIs, plugins, SDKs, whatever needed in order to connect to your application. And this is the cube here that you see. The blue cube represents your application, many of your applications within your networks, in which the target is to completely eliminate the different credential certificates and keys and to protect them. Now, there are various types of those secrets, by the way. A secret can be static, a basic password. It can be rotated, the ones that you need to rotate, obviously, and it can also be dynamically created, like just-in-time access. It means that credentials can be created on the spot, and they can be deleted after they are being used. Think of the implications in terms of audit, right? This is basically great when you have audit at the end of the year, and you can show using dynamic secrets or temporary credentials, you can show that there are no credentials, there are no identities to the database, because whenever they are being created, after a certain amount of time, they are being deleted, right? This also goes hand in hand with the efficiency of using of resources within the cloud, like containers that spins up and down whenever they're being needed. So how temporary or ephemeral they are, we are able, or the secrets management solutions are able basically to also provide credentials and identities upon request and delete them after they're not being used. So the evolution of secrets management systems, well, at the beginning, having those secrets credentials within the configuration files. This is the first generation. The second generation was with the birth of many different types of vault solutions, some of them provided by the PAM vendors, some of them were based on open source solutions that I've mentioned earlier. But this is basically how it was. Those are self-managed vaults in which basically your DevOps or the ones who implements it, your platform guys, need to download the software and have it on multiple different places, right? Secrets management is mission critical. It's important to emphasize that. That means that whenever you're deciding to protect all of those, you'll have one place of that, but you'll find it that you'll need to replicate those different secrets to many different regions, and also for different environments like your on-prem as well as multi-cloud, right? Because all of your workloads would need it. So eventually, the second generation have brought up to a place where those vaults are very much heavy, and you need to invest a lot in order to have it. So obviously, what Akeyless specifically provides is the ability to save a lot of hassle by presenting a SaaS service that is based on a technology named DFC, Akeyless Distributed Fragments Cryptography, that is able to encrypt using fragments of encryption keys, and by that to ensure the customers that the security or your secrets are secured and even protected from federal government, etc. So this is just an example of the bottom line, which is the ability to save up to 70% of costs when managing credential certificates and keys or secrets, specifically with a project that we've replaced from Hashi. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions if you have any. All right. Thank you.